Develop interview questions, conduct interviews, make a decision, and then closure of the investigation. And then obviously we'd want to follow up with a written summary of the investigation results. And from there, we would know whether or not we would continue to keep our director of quality control on administrative leave, or if we would terminate. We would obviously approach that once we know. Discipline, if necessary, would be combined between the two instances if we come to find out from the investigation that there is an overlap. Now, the benefit cost reduction. What I would recommend doing is doing a survey for all the employees and their families. Figure out what benefits they really like, what benefits they don't really use. Just figure out from your actual employees what's the best option for them. Ultimately, the human resource director will be making the call on what benefits they'll be keeping and getting rid of. The reason why is I think this makes employees feel really valuable. If you ask them what they like about their benefits, what they don't like about their benefits, they feel a part of the organization, and maybe having that input will help them when those new benefits come out. It will kind of maybe lessen the blow of what we have to do. What we are going to do is make a 1% decrease in health, dental and vision, life, and the tuition. But we are going to have to make a 2% decrease in long-term, short-term disability and the gym. The reason why is there just weren't enough people to validate a 1% decrease on like the tuition. With how many people utilize the tuition benefits versus the gym benefits, it just didn't seem like it was being utilized as much. Maybe employees will realize that it was a good benefit to have, and maybe they'll start using it more. But unfortunately, it's going to have to get cut just as much. Plus, we pay so much in short-term and long-term disability. It just made sense to cut it so that we could save ourselves some more money. In terms of training and how this contract's going to work, I would recommend training in-house from a cost perspective. It seems a little bit cheaper. It also allows us to rotate employees through training so that day-to-day operations don't come to a complete halt. If it's going to take 70 to 100 hours to train 90 employees, it would stand to reason that for one employee to get trained, it would take about 1 hour. So the way I figured that was that if I went with the max amount of money, which is $10,000, divided that by $100 an hour to train all of the employees, it would take about 100 hours to completely train 90 employees. Now, if you take that 100 hours and divide it amongst each employee, it comes out to about 1.1 hour per employee. Obviously, that may not be the exact science to it. However, that math stands to reason, and you have more control over timing and when it happens and how the employees would like to use it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my presentation of the gearhead manufacturing scenario, my suggestions and reason as to why I am making the decisions that I am as the human resources consultant. Thank you. This has been Daphne Reynolds.